always love it when the Nats come to Pittsburgh. A lot of our fans travel to Western Pennsylvania fired up. Great ballpark, road trip beginning, and these guys are ready to flex some muscles and to take it right to the battling Buccos. Well done, Nats fans. And we'll take a little respite from the day-to-day baseball thing for just a few moments to celebrate some all-star stuff. Max 6 in a row, Bryce 6 overall, and number 2 for Sean Doolittle.
Yeah, congratulations to those guys. Hopefully get Trey Turner in there. Someday Anthony Rendon will be an all-star because he deserves it, but hopefully, looking at those numbers, Max gets to start the game in his own ballpark. I think he'd like to. I think it's only fitting that he does, and hopefully he's on the mound for the first pitch for the National League.
So well done, guys, and then maybe somebody else who should be there when you look at the numbers and compare Trey Turner to other shortstops around the National League. He's right up there, and he should be playing in D.C. next week. A lot of things can happen between now and then. We'll see.
Yeah, but it's a popularity contest now, and it's up to the computer and the fans in Los Angeles and the fans in St. Louis and all the big markets with a lot of fan base to vote their guys in. So hopefully Trey gets in there, but we'll see how it goes. It looks like Max Muncy, the Dodgers, and the Yankees are kind of syncing up together. That's not fair. So hopefully Trey gets in. We'll see.
All right, let's talk about the state of the Nats pitching staff right now. Obviously needing more innings from the starters because FP, if they don't, the bullpen's going to carry an even heavier load.
Yeah, but look at the bottom line. The Nats bullpen, the innings this season, fewest in the National League, but recently they've been taxed big time. So you remember early in the season, all the starters throwing 115, 120 pitches. Maybe that's finally caught up to them when you look at what's happened recently. Tanner Roark, 4 innings. Gio, 5 innings. Hellickson was sick, 4 innings. Fetty got hurt 1 inning. You remember Gio's start in Tampa, just 1 inning. And you look at Jeffrey Rodriguez's numbers, just 4 innings last start against the Phillies. So there needs some innings out of their starting pitchers, and hopefully for Jeffrey Rodriguez that happens right now tonight because that bullpen is on fumes.
And maybe the return of Matt Wieters can help somewhat in that department. He's a veteran guy who knows how to guide pitchers through games. He's missed 50 team games. It's so great to have him back. So Matt Wieters, and he's also thrown out, by the way, 40% of opposing base runners. Back behind the plate for the Nats tonight as we open up a week-long road trip. New York later, Pittsburgh right now. like the looks of that word for the road team, and now it's time for Lowe's whole team together. And against the Pirates, the Nats swept them 4 in a row at Nationals Park back in May. So they scored 27 runs in those games, only gave up 10, hit a lot of homers, and the Nats were unbelievable with runners in scoring position. Some of the big boppers were heard from in that series, and we hope so again starting tonight. 86 degrees, a little muggy. Not too bad, though, at 40%. Clear skies. It's a gorgeous night, and the ball could be flying in the Berg. So, Matt Wieters, look at the numbers against Ivan Nova. Most of this with Wieters in Baltimore and Nova in the Bronx. 13 for 39, 4 homers, 7 RBIs, throwing some walks. And a pretty good job by Matt Wieters in that number 8 spot in front of Jeffrey Rodriguez tonight. Matt Adams in there. Mark Reynolds couldn't find a way into this talented lineup tonight. So here's Nova, 5th career start against the Nats, 1-2 in his career.
Yeah, 31 years old, 6'5", 245, 8-3 loss last start on the 3rd of July against the Dodgers. Gave up 7 runs on 9 hits in just 5 innings. Struck out 3, walked 2 through 90 pitches his last start against LA.
Yeah, checks in with an ERA of 4.48 and a lofty opponent's batting average of 270. Early in the evening, left field and left center could be nasty sun fields in this ballpark. Trey Turner will lead off. 10 hits in his last 6 games. It's 7:06 and we are underway. So Trey overall at 278. He's in the top 6 in the league with an even 100 base hits. 2 for 6 career against Nova. Nats on the road, 23-20, unbeaten against the Central. Haven't seen anybody from this division since the Bucks were at Nationals Park back in May. That thing ended up way outside, and Trey Turner strikes out to start the game.
The Pirates defense behind Nova tonight. Dickerson, Marte, Polanco the outfield. Moroff, Harrison up the middle. Moran, Freeze at the corners, and Francisco Cervelli behind the plate.
Yeah, he's just a couple of games off the DL, had a concussion. Fierce competitor, Francisco Cervelli. Juan Soto's been on base 17 of his last 20 games. Soto at 302, first among rookies. His on base percentage of 419, first among rookies. And he's going to pull that one to the right side for David Freeze. 2 down.
Well, that swing that Trey Turner took tells me he can't see anything right now. When you got the sun out there in the backdrop on the batting eye, you got the shade in here. For Trey Turner swinging a ball that bounced to the left-handed batter's box, he knows the strike zone better than that. These guys aren't seeing anything.
Yeah, talked about the tough sun field for the defenders and tough for the hitters.
Look, I didn't see it. Anthony Rendon's going to laughing because he's saying I'm going to try to hit something I can't see right now. And Francisco Cervelli probably told him good luck.
Anthony Rendon hits in 8 of his last 10 games. Got a breather yesterday. He was the only National who did not play in the finale against Miami.
Yeah, Nova's got a 2.77 ERA at home versus a 5.74 ERA on the road. So he's been better at home with the ERA, but he's just 1-3 here at PNC Park. 3-3 on the road. I mean, you talk to Pirates people, they say he'll let you know what kind of day it's going to be early.
I was about to say fastball rides high, and I think Rendon agrees it was called a strike.
He said that's not up. You could hear him.
Yeah, bottom of the ball at the very top of the zone on pitch cast. And then the off speed, the breaking ball taken, 2-2. Nationals 10th in the league in batting average, because of some recent explosions, up to 8th in the league in runs and 5th in home runs. Swing and a miss, and the ball gets away. Francisco Cervelli put his arm up to ask the umpire for another baseball. The original ball is in play. So Rendon to first base on an apparent 2-out strikeout.
Well, Cervelli gave the sign to home plate umpire Gabe Morales that he thought it was fouled off. That's why he's asking for another baseball. Now Clint Hurdle's coming out of the dugout. That took long. We see a lot of Clint Hurdle every time we're here. Look at, he's asking for another ball. And then he gave the foul tip sign with his bare hand off his glove, thinking it was a foul tip. And everyone's laughing at first. Something's really funny over there. It won't be funny if Bryce hits one in the river.
They're going to give Cervelli a pass ball. Rendon at first, 2 down. Bryce Harper, well, you never know what might happen. Even though it's tough to see, he is 5 for 10 career against Ivan Nova with a homer and 5 runs batted in. Pretty good rip right there.
That's the best swing he's taken in about 2 weeks. He didn't move a muscle there. Watch how still he is. The head's perfectly still, and he got his pitch, and maybe the shadows had something to do with it, but that's the best swing he's taken in a long, long time.
Shift on. Josh Harrison in right field, short right field. And then Bryce spits on the off speed, 1-1. Harper career against the Pirates. 6 homers, 19 batted in. Small crowd on a Monday night. Things kind of quiet here. Strike 2. Nova career 73 and 61. 177th start tonight. That was close. He was the leadoff guy, FP, back at Nats Park on Wednesday, May 2nd.
It's a far one. Looked like an off-speed pitch from Nova. Upper tank from Bryce.
2 hitters later, Matt Adams hit one to left. The Nats went on to win 9-3. Harper takes this one the other way, moving away from Corey Dickerson and into the seats down in that cozy corner and left. Over this year, it's given up 17 home runs, 99 hits in 92 innings. And that one well outside. Count goes full.
Bryce excited to be in the home run derby. Has to be the favorite in his own ballpark, doesn't he? And Will Ron, his dad, throw him BP. Groove some cutters in on him like he did in New York. We'll see.
3-2. Rendon on the move, and Bryce Harper hits one high in the air to left, twisting toward the corner for Dickerson, and into the shade to make the catch. Nats will strand a runner, and Jeffrey Rodriguez will go to work in the Berg. Then today, PNC, make today the day. And by American Standard Heating and Air. Find your local independent American Standard Heating and Air dealer at MidAtlanticComfort.com. Unparalleled views, city views, that is, here in Pittsburgh. So the Pirates and Corey Dickerson leading off. This guy's done a good job, 5 for 16 against the Nats. 311 career. They're 6th in the league in hitting, 10th in runs, and bottom 3 in homers. Starling Marte is a good speedster for them. And here's Jeffrey Rodriguez, first time against the Bucks.
There's the arsenal for Jeffrey. Fastball averaging 95. Opponent's hitting 333 against his fastball, 357 against his change, and just 100 against his curveball. And from what we've seen, his curveball is his best pitch, so that makes sense.
Yeah, and they've never seen him before in person. Corey Dickerson was ripping on the first one. This is the 8th leading hitter in the National League at 308, veteran Corey Dickerson. He's on a 4-game hitting streak with 6 base hits. Little flare. And into the Pirates dugout.
You'd like to see the Nats defense, wouldn't you? Okay, we'll show it to you. There it is. Soto, Harper, Eaton's the outfield. Turner, Murphy up the middle. Rendon, Adams at the corners. And our old friend Matt Wieters. Welcome back, Matt, behind the plate. Good to see him. Pedro Severino sent to AAA, and Spencer Kieboom staying as the backup.
Davey Martinez told me today at the cage it was a tough decision, but a couple of things involved in that. First of all, they think Severino needs to play every day. And along with that, he made an interesting comment about Spencer Kieboom. He said he's the kind of guy who can just play a couple of games a week and be effective. They think Pedro's got to play a whole lot more to be on his game. So it's Kieboom sticking at the big league level as Corey Dickerson singles to lead off for the Bucks.
Told Spencer today in BP he could catch 10 years doing what he's doing right now. Goes in there, he does a nice job defensively. He's got a good arm. He gives you a competitive at bat every single time. So glad they kept Spencer around. He was telling me some stories about he and Carter growing up that I'll save for a 10-0 game.
Starling Marte is next. 278. Tied with Trey Turner in steals. They're both tied for 3rd in the National League with Michael A. and Ender Inciarte just ahead.
You know, we talked in the open about how Dave Martinez needs some innings out of his starters. And we also talked about how his starters were around 114 to 120 early in the season, and maybe it's starting to catch up to him right now. That said, you know, how do you get more innings out of your starters? You know, anybody could just sit up here and say, well, they need more innings out of their starters. Well, I think you attack the strike zone. You trust your stuff. You be more aggressive early in the count.
There's another base hit. Dickerson heading for 3rd. Juan Soto throws into 2nd. The right decision, but Marte's in there. He's got great speed. This is one of the league leaders in triples, and Marte right there with his 15th double.
Well, not the way that Dave Martinez wanted this one to start. I mean, he's got to get innings out of Jeffrey Rodriguez tonight. And Juan Soto was out here about 1 o'clock today working on the big, spacious left field here at PNC. Did a nice job of getting over there, but he was playing so deep and there's so much room out there, it allowed Marte to get into 2nd. Remember, Juan Soto's never played left field before. He was a center fielder and a right fielder in the minor leagues. Last year, he was hurt all season. So, you know, all this stuff he's doing right now is new to him, left field.
Left-handed hitting, Gregory Polanco is next. And he's one of the hottest Pirates. Last 18 games hitting just under 360. Some action on that 89 going away from him. .231 overall, .230 career against Washington. Shift on, Trey Turner up the middle to the right, and Polanco out of play the other way.
You know, I always think it's important in a 3-game set to get out of the gate quickly, but when you have a team that just ended a 5-game losing streak Sunday, as the Pirates did, they're still kind of wondering. You don't want them to feel confident against you. You want to announce your presence with authority, as Nukulus used to say, early in a series, and don't let them think all of a sudden they're out of their funk.
If the Pirates could play just the teams from the Central in both leagues, they'd be pretty good. They're 18-16 against the NL Central. Against the AL Central and Interleague, they're 10-2, although they've yet to play the first place Indians. And against the East, they're just 5-12, including 0-4 against the Nats. Losing record big time against the West as well. And a 1-2 pitch way outside, 2-2.
I was talking to Adam Eaton the other day, and he said, when I was with the White Sox and the Nats used to come into town, we were literally scared of the Nats. That's the presence they brought with them. And he said, that's what we're trying to get back to right now, to be that same team that we used to be scared of in Chicago when they came into town.
2-2. That's a base hit, and Pittsburgh's going to lead 2-0. Polanco reaches out, taps it through. He got the sweet spot on it, and he has 45 RBIs. 2-0 Pittsburgh.
A change up down the way, nice piece of hitting by Polanco, just going with it. You know, there's a lot of shifting yesterday and a lot of ground balls through. And that's another example of where the shortstop used to play. That would have been an out.
There's Colin Moran.
Most of those singles by the Marlins yesterday were ground balls, and there was nobody there. Read into that what you want to. It's fact.
Some of the best rookies in the league are on display here tonight. Colin Moran hitting .258, 8 homers, 35 RBIs. Austin Meadows, a left-handed batter who's not in the lineup tonight. He's hitting .297, and of course Juan Soto. Runner on the move. Wieters throw a little short, and Turner just had to concentrate on picking it, keeping it out of center field. So Gregory Polanco with the steal, and the Pirates aggressive here. That's his 4th bag.
Look at the long strides and the great jump. That was off of Rodriguez all the way. Matt Wieters had no chance.
So Colin Moran took ball 1. That's a fair ball right over the bag, and it's going to be 3-0. Soto to throw to second. Moran beats it.
And we were talking about how they need innings out of Rodriguez tonight, and this couldn't have started any worse for the right-hander. Single double, 3-0. Nobody out.
And Francisco Cervelli is next. So after 4 hitters, the pitching coach is visiting the mound. Let's go inside the numbers presented by PNC Bank. Make today the day. So the Nats starters last 28 games, only 2 wins. One by Eric Fedde, one by Max Scherzer, both in blowout wins. ERA over 6.5 runs a game. They're hitting .310 against our starters. Lots of homers, and the Nats are 10 under. Francisco Cervelli is next. 2nd game since returning from the disabled list.
Yeah, Cervelli with the concussion problems this year. Been taking a lot of foul balls off the mask.
Baseball being more careful about this than they ever have been before, and rightly so.
Yeah, I talked to some of the Pirates coaches today around the cage, and they said he was really out of it the last one. They said it was obvious that he needed to go on the DL.
Hard swing. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And you think teams might want him, right? Trade deadline. Guy's a really good receiver. He steals more strikes than any catcher in baseball. But then you're taking a risk if you trade some prospects that he's 1 foul tip away from going back on the DL, maybe for the year.
And last year he was on the DL for concussions twice. Early June, late June. And then in August he hurt his quad and missed the rest of the season and only played 81 games. I mean, when he's in there, he's good. 275 career hitter. It's his 10th year in the big league, 7 with the Yankees, and now his 4th with the Pirates. Two-one pitch coming. David Freese on deck. And the breaking ball drops right in to even things up. Right back to the box. Rodriguez forces the runner back to second, throws on to Adams for a badly needed first out.
First baseman, number 23, David Freese.
There's David Freese, the first baseman. Fastball to get ahead on the 261 hitter.
I have to admit I was worried about this series when we got to the hotel last night and they're having some sort of furry convention with every mascot you could possibly imagine walking through the lobby. They had furry heads on and everybody was furry. It's like FurryCon or something like that.
Is that what it is?
I said, uh-oh, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Anthrocon, they're telling me.
Okay.
Either way, it was creepy as.
Well, I knew something was different when I came down for my bags and I rode the elevator with a lion.
Yeah, there was a wolf head in the lobby.
I saw a guy dressed normally today in human clothes, but he had a tail.
Yeah.
Checking out, so whatever.
I mean, hashtag not normal.
0-2 with 1 out to Freese. Front door breaking ball stays inside. Jeffrey Rodriguez with 1 out, 22 pitches. Nats start the road trip 5 back of the Phillies and the Braves. Atlanta's idle tonight, but the Phillies are playing an extra inning game at New York right now. 3-3 bottom of the 10th. Doubleheader in New York. And there's a swing and a foul tip for out number 2. Next up, Josh Harrison.
That first strikeout for Jeffrey, little cut fastball looked like 91. His fastball is usually 97. Keep an eye on that.
Josh Harrison was on the DL when the Nats played the Pirates. Had a left hand fracture. Was out for 5 weeks. He's back now. And he's always been pretty good against the Nats. 289 career. And Rodriguez starting to get a feel for the strike zone. In terms of some corners, some edges. Still trying to get that front door breaking ball to drop for a strike.
He's on the side of it, and I like the straight over the head, straight over the top camera angle we have here from center field. It's money. But if you look at where he's releasing his curveball, his fingers are kind of on the side, and he's dropping down on it. It's got a sweeping motion to it. We've seen it before. It's 12-6 and it's firm. Kind of roll it in there so far in this one.
1-1. And a fastball. Outside edge. Forcing a check swing.
Ooh.
That did not feel good at all.
He's got all kinds of stuff on there. He must have missed it. Look, he's got a shin guard, a foot guard, but not a big toe guard.
Ooh.
Look at all the stuff on there, and it missed it all. I mean, he's got the elbow guard. He's got the whole sporting goods store. He's got the right sleeve, the high left wristband. I think there's a picture of himself on it. Then double wrist tape, yellow. Yeah, that is him. The face guard. I think I can still keep going.
And the Gladiator pops one up to the left side. Anthony Rendon has it. Matt Adams about to lead off in the top of the second. This guy is poetry in motion with the bat. And the 100% fiber optic network means more speed for more devices at once. Enjoy that swing. Visit getfios.com.
A lot different now than he did just a couple years ago. He lost 35 pounds in the winter of 2016 through an improved diet and a Pilates series of workouts that he told me about earlier on today. Now, you might not think of Pilates as something a power-hitting big leaguer might get into, but Adams was willing to try it after hearing about how Jake Arrieta had used it to help launch his career. Adams telling me he feels like it not only helped him lose weight and become healthier, but also strengthen his muscles and tendons for injury prevention. He gives that program and the way that it impacted his body a lot of credit for how he's played guys over the last couple years.
Yeah, kind of a freak injury put him on the DL. Tried to bunt. Ball hit his finger. He's back now and doing quite well. 7 for 15 in 4 games since coming off the DL. Thanks, Dan. Top of the second underway. And a 1-0 pitch. Off speed.
I think Matt's girlfriend's big into Pilates too, so there you go. Maybe we should all start doing Pilates and we'll hit taters. I like it. I like to call it pilates myself.
1-2.
This is
May
what
2nd, 2 batters after Bryce Harper here.
This is what happens when you do pilates, kids. Boom. You hit homers the opposite way. Get all stretched out, get extended, him in the flower pot. We've loved everything about this guy since he's been here. Everything. He's smiling every day. He's fun to be around. He's playing a great first base. He's hitting. And he's happy, which is the main thing. It's hard to play well when you're wondering if you're going to be someplace, if you're wanted or not. He's wanted here, and you can see the results. He likes it. Likes being a Nat.
2-2 pitch. It was interesting because Matt Adams homered that first time up. 2 innings later, he pulled an RBI single against Nova. And when he did that, he was 11 for his last 19 with 4 homers and 11 RBIs. So the Pirates got to see Matt Adams on an absolute terror in that series back at Nationals Park. 2-2 pitch. He's got another hit against Pittsburgh pitching. Leadoff man aboard, second inning.
Let's see where the pitch was again. I think a changeup down. He just stayed through it. Nice swing. There goes the Pilates, and there goes the no-hitter.
Daniel Murphy. Base hits in 9 of his last 13 games now. Had a good take to get him ahead. Cervelli held on to the ball for a minute, maybe hoping for a strike. So Daniel right now is at 72 official at bats as he plays in his 23rd game. Oh, what a beautiful stroke the other way. 2 lefties coming through, 2 on, nobody out with Adam Eaton next.
I think it's a broken bat, so we'll go with bat die to hero right here. Yeah, off the end, sits nicely. Watch the follow through. He's hitting some hard outs too, so he'll take that for sure. Yeah. Reward yourself with a seed, Murph. Nicely done.
So Adam Eaton in the number 7 spot. Colin Moran's on the grass at third. And Eaton's going to slap one up the middle. Adams around third. Bob Henley's going to send him. There's a throw to third. It beats the runner. And out over there is Daniel Murphy on Starling Marte's 9th assist of the year.
Yeah, that's the most in the National League. He was tied for most before that. And Davey Martinez loves his hitters to get to third with less than 2 outs, but I think Daniel Murphy is used to getting there with 2 perfectly good wheels, and right now, ooh, did he get in there? That was close. Right now, he's just not running like he used to, and sometimes you have to realize that.
Matt Wieters first at bat. Fastball away.
I mean, the Nats have to be leading baseball and making outs on the bases. They have to be.
And that's the best throwing center fielder in the league right there. Nobody out when that happened. Now 1 out with Wieters. Shift on for Matt. From the left side of the plate, Wieters at 245 when he got hurt. 231 overall. If you missed it during the lineups, we told you about his great career numbers against Nova. 333, 4 homers, 7 RBIs. (2-0). Short lead by Eaton. And Matt trying to air things out. He was very measured during batting practice today. I watched him closely. He was just kind of smoothing the ball, trying to take swings as level as he could, and moved it around to different parts of the ballpark. Looking for that feel. That was a pretty short rehab.
Looks like he lost weight too.
Yeah, looking lean and mean. 2-1 pitch. By the way, the Mets just walked off the Phillies in the first game of that doubleheader. So Atlanta's a half game up on the Phils. StatCast powered by AWS as you check out the shift and where Matt Wieters pulls those close-in pieces of contact.
32% is Strawberry.
2-2 with one out. That's a nasty breaking pitch down and in for the strikeout.
You know, the reason you have to run the bases aggressively and intelligently and not give up outs on the bases, Carp, is this game has turned so analytic. You know, teams aren't buttoned because they don't want to give up an out.
Right.
You know, teams aren't stealing like they used to because with instant replay now, if you're out, you're out. If you're safe, and it's more of a risk to steal nowadays with replay. You know, back in the day, if you made it look like you were safe, and that was that. But now with replay, the stolen bases become harder than ever. Because they'll challenge and whatever. So now with analytics, stolen bases being at a premium, it's so important to guard making outs on the bases because now you're giving the other team, you know, 25 outs in a game or 24 outs in a game instead of 27 outs.
Yeah.
So it's fun to be aggressive on the bases when it's working, but you have to be aggressive and intelligent on the bases at the same time. And Davey Martinez will be the first one to tell you, push the envelope, but push it in the right spots, in the right situations, in the right parts of the game.
My goodness, that thing was right up on the hands of Rodriguez. Jeffrey is a big league hitter, 0 for 4, 1 sacrifice. Your point's really well taken.
You just got to guard without being tentative, if that makes sense. You can't be scared on the bases, but you have to be intelligently aggressive.
And an inning that looked like it might become a crooked number comes unraveled in a hurry. The Nats pick up a run on 3 hits.
Bencho. Mark Reynolds had a great week, though. I'll tell you what, if there was a Nats fantasy camp and you had to sign up for what you want to do, okay, I'm going to Nats fantasy camp. I want to have a walk-off homer. I want to go 5 for 5 with 2 homers and 10 RBIs. I want to get 2 hits in a game, and then I want to pitch and get an out. So Mark Reynolds had a Nats fantasy camp week. He's the National League Player of the Week, and he has thrilled us all. Check it all out in a graphic. Player of the Week. Show me more stuff. 10 for 16, 7 runs, walk off. Only one 10 RBI day. Fantasy camp for Mark Reynolds.
And worthy to note, he's the only pitcher in the National League with a 1,000 batting average.
Oh,
he got a base hit after he became the pitcher.
Saw him today. I said, NL Player of the Week, and you're not in the lineup today? What's going on?
Here's the shortstop, Max Moroff, and the bottom of the second is underway on Jeffrey Rodriguez, 29th pitch.
He said it's a tough league, FP, and I said, you're right.
More off at 196. Not many left-handed at bats, 4 for 25. Against the right-hander, their regular shortstop, Jordy Mercer, got the night off. And the 0-2, a bouncer. Way low and inside, 2-2.
I mean, as a major league pitcher, you want your misses to serve a purpose. You know, intentionally throw balls in a certain spot when you're heading the count. You know, the curveball in the dirt and that pitch, they serve no purpose. As a hitter, I'm just spitting on those. Those are easy takes.
And a breaking ball got the pop up, but it's out of play. Beautiful PNC Park. Small by today's standards, 38,747 seats. So left field's big, left center. Between the 383 and the 399, the north side notch out there at 410. Pretty cozy down the right field line, but the 21-foot high Roberto Clemente wall keeps some balls in the park. That's a fastball up, and now it's 3-2. Here's Nissan with the entire at bat. Had him 0-2 and walks him. Rodriguez first walk, presenting a sacrifice opportunity for a poor hitting pitcher. Friday, July 20th, join fellow Parrot Heads for Margaritaville night when the Nats take on the Braves at 7:05. Act fast for 750 fans to purchase this special ticket. We'll take home a Nationals Margaritaville t-shirt. Visit nationals.com for tickets.
Can we get some up to the booth? We're on a 7-second delay, aren't we? I'd say yes. It's frosty margarita. 2 sips and you'd be done.
Me? Of course. Ivan Nova, and I'm pretty happy about that.
I know, should be.
He has 15 career sacrifice bunts, one of them this year. In his big league career, he's 5 for 122. And we'll give you this year's ledger when the AB is done, because
you don't want to jinx it.
Something happens, I'm in big trouble.
Do it. Just say it.
You know I'm not a jinx guy, but 99% of our audience is. And that's a great bunt. Really good bunt. So he remains 0 for 31 this year, but he collects his second sacrifice. 2-3 on the sacrifice. Wieters to Adams.
There's the Gateway Duchess Clipper. I just read the side of it. I didn't know that. Looks like fun.
Yeah, a lot of riverboats quietly cruise by us here. Top of the order, Corey Dickerson got their first inning rally started with a clean base hit to right field.
I noticed he wasn't choking up like the last time we saw him.
I remember you chatted with him and you talked about that at length, how interesting and effective his approach was.
Yeah, he was all into it. Apparently you just fibbing to me. Oh, there he goes a little bit. So maybe he just takes the first swing without choking up. Now he's up there. All right.
That ball's well hit right field line, but hooking. At 10 feet to the right of that cozy 320 down there. So Dickerson adding a couple of points to his batting average at 310 right now. Scooter Gennett and Alberto Almora lead the league at 326.
Look at him choked up now. Swinging a 30-inch bat.
Yeah, with 2 strikes.
Way up there.
Old school, love it.
That's a lot, though. From a guy who used to choke up, that would feel weird. I feel like you're hitting with one of those practice bats, you know? Look at that. Can't argue with the results, though. I think he told me he watched Joey Votto hit one day and tried it and then went with it. Said he could feel the barrel through the strike zone better.
And he gets a pretty good piece of that one out to the gap. Adam Eaton can't get there. Bryce Harper is going to have to cover up. Easily scoring his Moroff from second. And this is a triples ballpark. Corey Dickerson is 2 for 2. And the Pirates lead 4-1.
Well, this whole thing started with walking the 8-hitter. You know, Max Moroff hitting below 200. You walk him, you bunt him over, and then you got one of the best hitters in the National League. Adam Eaton giving it a good effort out there, but Moroff scores easily.
Dickerson's 5th triple of the year.
Shut down Eddie, not happening.
And he was way ahead of Moroff before that walk. Now it's Starling Marte. He doubled a run in. Nats have to play the infield in the 2nd inning. That's a rocket hooking way foul. So the Bucks have 5 hits already, 6 base runners in their first 10 batters. On the tapper, strike 2. Starling Marte now, one of the Pirate veterans, 7th year. He was suspended 80 games a year ago April for PEDs and finally returned to the Pirates the 18th of July. And the 0-2 with 1 out. Infielders on the balls of their feet leaning in, and that one way outside. And on a pitch up out of the zone, Marte little out of control there with the runner at third and strikes out for the 2nd out. 2nd K for Rodriguez.
Top of the zone, maybe above the zone. Marte trying to go the other way. Just use the big part of the ballpark. Can't catch up.
So here's Polanco. And the big blow of that first inning, a 2-run single. Stole a base and then scored on Moran's double. And now it is 6-1. Polanco with a 4 RBI night in 2 innings.
Trying to see what pitch it was. I think it was a fastball. I know it was a home run. And a nice catch by Dad. Gave it to his son. That's the only part that was good about that.
Here's Colin Moran, RBI double first time. So the Pirates. 6 runs on 6 hits. And this one in the air out to center. Harper racing over. Bryce under it. Another big inning for the Bucks. 3 in the first, 3 in the second. Trey Turner's having a really good middle of the season. He has 100 hits. He's hit over 350 his last 18 games. Nats need some offense, and they need it now with Trey.
First, the 2018 Camping World MLB All-Star Final vote ends this Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and Trey Turner is in the running. Make your final vote selection for Turner in the Nats, nationals.com/vote, and select Washington Nationals as your favorite club for a chance to win a pass to view the MLB All-Star Red Carpet Show presented by Chevrolet. So catch all the excitement of the game presented by MasterCard on July 17th, live on Fox and ESPN Radio. That was War and Peace by Tolstoy right there, that read. Just vote for Trey.
Yeah, the bottom line is vote for Trey Turner.
Vote for Trey. All that other junk, whatever. You know where the All-Star game is. Vote for Trey. They are. They're voting right now. Here are the losing candidates below Trey.
Max Muncy making big headlines with the Dodgers. Jesus Aguilar. Matt Carpenter a big month. And Brandon Belt, Giants. Turner swings through one.
The one thing, the trap you can't fall into, and I would imagine it would be hard, is if I get 5 hits today, everyone will vote for me. I'm pretty sure it's a popularity contest at this point.
Yeah. Second baseman stationed up the middle, Harrison. With more on Trey's quest, here's Dan.
Bob, talking to Trey earlier today about being in the final vote, he said it's exciting. It's pretty cool to be in that group of guys that have a chance of making it to the All-Star game. He said he'd love to make it, have that All-Star label next to his name. Says it's out of his control. He's just focused on playing well and hoping his team can finish the first half strong. He says if it happens, great. If not, he'll enjoy a few days off to rest at home in Florida.
Yeah, he's been grinding it every day. The Nats are playing their 89th game of the year, and Trey Turner, actually the Nats are playing their 90th game of the year, and so is Trey Turner. So might something happen between now and Sunday to get Juan Soto onto the team? You never know. There are all kind of injuries and other situations that come into play in the last days before the actual game.
The one thing I would say, Carp, is it's different when you're a third place team versus a first place team.
Correct.
You know, we're used to the Nats being in first right now and them, you know, getting 6 guys on the team.
Handled easily by the Pirates. Freeze to Nova. 2 down. National League East. So the Braves at the moment alone in first after the Phillies are walked off by the Mets, and they're getting ready for game 2 of their doubleheader at Citi Field. Marlins are hosting the Brewers, and the first place team in the Central leads at Marlins Park 1-0 third inning. Anthony Rendon struck out first time. Hitting conditions much better now. The entire batter's eye is shaded by the grandstand as the sun sets. As FP pointed out, first inning, simply hard to see the ball. Anthony struck out. Cervelli charged with the pass ball, got him to first base. Off the pitcher's glove, and that'll give Rendon a chance to beat it out. Even had Josh Harrison gotten to it, Anthony was smelling a hit. Second baseman was playing up the middle. So a runner with 2 outs again.
Ball struck well, had the loud sound, and it looked like Ivan Nova just whiffed on it. Good effort by Josh Harrison right here. Anthony hustling all the way. They had to score that a hit, didn't they?
It is. So how could that help the Nats? Bryce Harper will have the answer here. Second time in the ball game, first inning, third inning, that he gets a plate appearance here with a runner at first and 2 outs after Rendon extended things.
Wasn't this the last ballpark that Bryce homered in? I want to say yes. I remember that. He had homered in every National League park except for here. And then he did last year, I believe. It's never good to guess on live TV, but I want to say that it sounds right.
Well, the truck and I are with you, win or tie. But it sounds right. He's hit 6 career homers against the Pirates, but we remember a whole bunch at Nationals Park. Yeah, 1 home run here. Down and in.
Good guesser. I'm a good guesser.
That help you in the batter's box?
Nope. Well,
Guess hitter?
sometimes, yeah. I think all hitters are guess hitters. I mean, right now he has to be guessing fastball. You have to. It's a 2-1 count. You're looking dead red here. So I don't know if you call that guessing, educated guessing. And you got to change it.
Mercedes-Benz pitch cast.
I talked to Jason Giambi, and I thought he was one of the better hitters I ever played with. He guessed every single pitch his whole career. Even with 2 strikes, he said.
Wow.
Because the risk reward when you're right, I mean, big league hitters will barrel it up.
Bryce Harper to center. Marte drifting with it. Onto the track, and that's it for the Nats in the top of the third.
Ken Ravisa, renowned sports psychologist, the godfather of sports psychology, if you will, passed away last night at the age of 70. He worked with Cal State Fullerton gymnastics team for years, then moved on to the Angels, was a consultant for the Chicago Cubs in 2015, so they hired him. He's a big reason why I got to the big leagues, the blueprint of sports psychology. So a tough day for everybody that knew Ken, but a guy that helped so many baseball players. He worked for the Dodgers when I was there. We would go into auxiliary clubhouses and talk about, mental visualization, breathing techniques. A big reason why I got to the big leagues, big reason why I stayed in the big leagues. And I just wanted to mention that today. The baseball world misses him and the world misses him.
Well said. First pitch of the third inning bounced in. Jeffrey Rodriguez's 54th offering of the night. Cervelli hit a comebacker. First out of the game. Back in the first inning after 4 consecutive Pirates had hit safely to start their evening. 1 ball, 1 strike.
His big thing was getting big when you got in the batter's box. And I think I've talked about that during the broadcast. When you step on the mound as a pitcher, when you step in the batter's box, get big. And what does that mean? Well, if I get 70% that day, I'm taking 100% of my 70% coming right at you. He would use the analogy of heart surgeons, the best ones walking into a room. And when they scrubbed up and they put their scrubs on, their mask on, they walked in for heart surgery, they walked through that door, they were big, because they were going to save your life. And he said it was the same thing as a baseball player when you get in that batter's box. So when you have, say, 80% on a given day, Carp, and you're saying, oh man, I feel terrible today, you take 100% of your 80% and you go right at that guy, because you don't know if that pitcher's got 70%. So you kind of fake it by how you act and how you look in the batter's box. And I'm telling you, all the little things, the breathing, the goal setting, the visualization, the laying on your bed listening to your favorite song, seeing yourself getting 3 hits that day. And you do it, and sometimes it was surreal when you're around at first base for a double. All that stuff, the sports psychology, the mental side of the game, I think is so big for younger players. He had a saying that the body doesn't go anywhere the mind hasn't gone first. So when you rehearsed it in your head, sometimes it would happen, Carp, exactly the way you rehearsed it, and it would be surreal, like you were living in a dream. So he's a big reason why I got there and a big reason why I stayed there. Anybody that listens knows that I'm still big on that stuff. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, very unknown part of the game to those of us who haven't been in the clubhouse with the uniform on, but a very important one to anybody who's out there grinding it out every day.
And just for the record, Lunatic Fringe by Red Rider is the best visualization song in the history of the world, just in case you're wondering.
Nice to hear that term, not during a campaign. 1 ball, 1 strike, and that was a long bat toss. I mean, David Freese got about 115 feet out of that.
That's a pro bat toss. We need to stat cast that.
Look out, Joey Cora.
I'm going about 22-degree launch angle, maybe a little lower. Exit velocity about 70. Total distance, what, 90 plus, maybe 110 feet?
David Freese swinging strikeout first time. Well, this is one of those nights we talked about that the Nats did not need as far as the pitch count, what's happening with the starter. So right now, nobody moving around in the bullpen, but I would imagine out in the left center, some minds are racing right now because Jeffrey Rodriguez has to find a way to get a couple more frames here, several more if he can. Just walk the leadoff guy in the third.
I mean, within reason, Carp, he's going to have to stay out there a while, whether it's 6-1 or 10-1.
Yeah.
Mark Reynolds pitched yesterday because everybody else is banged up.
One.
Francisco Cervelli's turned into Ricky Henderson all of a sudden.
Yeah, what is up? He's 1 for 3 on the year. Best way to get him out is to throw a ground ball.
I mean, he's the catcher, and they've thrown over 3 times.
Pretty good looking slider there. 2-2. And a ball drilled to right. Adam Eaton off his glove. Runner at first has to hold up because Cervelli was caught in between. David Freese wanted to go to second, but his lead base runner wasn't at second base yet, so it'll be first and second, nobody out.
And Freese with the inside out swing just kind of flares one down the right field line. Adam Eaton had a good look at it. Gave it a good effort. He's playing hard out there. I think one of the toughest things for me, Carp, when I came back from knee surgery was, darn it, I could have made that play before. And that's the hardest part, man. It's not the daily grind. You just kind of get used to the routine. You get here early. They hook you up to 18 different machines. You sit in the hot tub. You put a hot pack on before the game. You stay after you ice. You get hooked up to the same machines you did before the game. All that, it becomes routine. It's just little things like, oh, I used to go first to third on that ball, or oh, I used to catch that ball standing up. Now I'm diving for it. It frustrates the heck out of you. It really does.
One ball, one strike.
It's not so much the pain that you go through every day. It's the things that you used to do, that you're hoping you can do again, that you're thinking you can do again, and you probably will. But baseball players have no patience. They want to do it right now. I mean, he's going to catch that ball maybe in a month or a couple of weeks. Daniel Murphy's probably going to go first to third on those balls in a month, you're hoping. But when you're not doing it, that's the frustrating part. You're like, dang it, I used to be able to do that easily. And now it's not as easy as it used to be. It stinks.
And a foul tip. A walk and a single. Josh Harrison in there. Fouled out to Rendon first time up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a fastball. 97 for strikeout number 3. First out, 3rd inning. Nissan pitch cast.
Man, sometimes you have to trust the fact that you throw 97 and just go right after dudes. Like, forget this. You know, the changeup, the curveball, forget it all. I'm coming right after you. Here we go. Let's do this.
Ball to the right side. Murphy, Turner, and beating it, Max Moroff. So Cervelli ends up at 3rd, Moroff aboard at 1st with 2 down, and the pitcher coming up.
Good feed, just had to go too far to his left to turn the double play. That was not Lunatic Fringe he walked up to.
Nova sacrifice first time. Wow, what a rip.
Yeah, that wasn't the 0 for 33 rip or whatever.
Cervelli down the line. Moroff started then stopped, and Nova rips again. Runner on the move, and that's strike 3, and the inning's over. Took some time for Rodriguez after the leadoff walk, but he puts a 0 on the board. Matt Adams is 1 for 1. So are the 2 guys behind him. Brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. When you come out of the pit tunnel from the airport, it's amazing. You cross the Monongahela, there's the Golden Triangle right there to your right, and you get an amazing view of downtown Pittsburgh, the Steelers' home and the home of the Pirates. It's amazing. All-star starters, National League. Bryce, you think they'll play like that? Bryce probably should play center. Kemp maybe left and Markakis right.
Wait,
They can put the outfielders wherever they want them, I guess.
Is my telly working? Because this has to be MAX right in the middle. Max. Sorry.
Sure.
I'm putting it on there.
And the American League, we just saw enough of Mookie Betts to last us for a year. Machado, Altuve up the middle.
Who's the best player in the American League? Look at those guys. You got Trout, Betts. We love Betts. Machado's amazing.
I think
Jose
my
Altuve
opinion,
might
it's
be
Trout.
the best. Then you got JD Martinez down here.
Ugh.
Who's the best player in the AL? Talk amongst yourselves. You could pick any of those and be right, I feel like.
Somebody in New York came up with a stat today that Aaron Judge has now struck out more in his first couple of years in the big leagues than Joe DiMaggio did his entire career. That's today's game. But he's an all-star, and so's that guy. Should be starting.
Yeah, anybody who thinks the AL is going to walk away with that one didn't look at the National League pitchers.
And the all-star games recent years have been short on offense. The pitchers have dominated. Matt Adams, left side, Colin Moran for the first out in the top of the fourth.
He got Francisco Cervelli on the backswing. We're going to talk about the concussions, how he just came off the DL because of concussion. Matt stood at home plate and made sure that Francisco was okay after he popped it up. Watch, he just stays there.
Oh.
Are you okay?
Yeah, a lot of guys these days, they let go of the bat with one hand, and that really elongates that follow through. Here's Daniel Murphy, base hit cleanly to left his first time. It's hard to believe that for many decades, catchers wore a ball cap under their mask.
Yeah. Those things are cumulative, and when you start having them time after time, Carp, you talked about last year, now this year, just a little ding will send you right back there. And you can just kind of tell by that look that affected him. Look, he's blinking real slow. He's not feeling good.
And Murphy, a fly ball to left. Corey Dickerson tracking it. Nova getting two hitters that he didn't get first time up.
All right, the Nats push for the postseason heats up just after the All-Star break. Braves are in town, so come to Nats Park July 20th, 21st, 22nd. Now here's your chance to make a difference. Wear red, be loud. Visit Nationals.com for tickets.
Low and in to Adam Eaton. RBI single up the middle first time. Murphy tried to race from first to third, testing the National League's best arm in center, and Starling Marte threw him out. And then the Nats had two strikeouts, and that would-be rally ended quickly. Eaton, wow, the bat goes into the Nats dugout. It might have hit somebody, and Adam Eaton has a base hit. It went flying into the Nats dugout. Somebody was scrambling down the stairs, and hopefully the thing missed.
You can tell by the reaction everybody's okay down there. So one guy hits the catcher with the backswing, and Adam Eaton, the bat goes into the dugout. Heads up, Bryce. Ooh, that was right at Bryce.
Hit the rail.
So Adam 2 for 2 now.
Here's Matt Wieters, struck out first time up. He gets jammed. That's right at David Freese. The Nats have had 5 base hits, stranding full runners, and so far it's all Pirates by 5. University of Maryland, University College. Nationals moment in history. 2 Septembers ago, we were here. It was a Saturday night. The Nats watching on TV. And that result got Dusty Baker's ball club another division championship.
Bryce had the Katie Ledecky going right there with the swim cap and the goggles. There's a buffalo in the middle of it.
Great times. Hoping to repeat all of that. The road a little windier this year, more windy. We'll see how it all works out. Corey Dickerson, bottom of the 4th inning. There have been all kind of reports lately that some Tampa Bay scouts have been hanging out in Woodbridge, Virginia, watching the Peanuts.
Are you spreading rumors, Bob?
No, I read it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Maybe they just want to get the Michael A. Taylor potato head giveaway.
You know, that's got to be it.
Pretty sure that's
Gotta
it.
be it.
Can we count that as the promo tonight? I feel like we should.
Corey Dickerson, hot shot, turns Daniel Murphy around, and he throws on to Adams as soon as Matt found the bag. Corey Dickerson locked in, 2 for 3 after that hot shot.
Nice play by Murph on the 108 one-hopper. 108 miles an hour. And he made it look easy. That might have hurt his hand a little bit.
Starling Marte, a double in 2 trips. So nearing the 80 pitch threshold. Rodriguez here in the 4th inning. Polanco next. First 3 Pirates in the order are 5 out of 7. And then their cleanup man Colin Moran has an RBI double, and it goes to 3-0. No swing on a pitch well out of the zone. Walk number 3 for Jeffrey Rodriguez. Right from the get-go with Pirates all over the bases, there's just hasn't been a whole lot of tempo to his evening.
It's my favorite time here. Sunset on the buildings.
Yeah, downtown's all lit up.
I'm going to take a picture and Instagram it like I did the other night.
Polanco, a 2-run single, and then last time he pulled one after going oppo. 2-run homer, well up the seats and right. And he gashes this one deep to left center, but Soto is there. A lot of room to run for outfielders in that part of this yard. 2 down.
All right, Nats fans, now's your chance to bring the noise when the Braves come into town. Friday night after the All-Star break, with the purchase of the K Street special ticket, you get discounted lower-level seats in the K Street cheering section and receive a free T-shirt. Visit Nationals.com today.
Rodriguez and Colin Moran now with 2 outs.
Yeah, when this is a weekend series, there's more red than black and gold in this ballpark usually. At least in the past, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you see tons of Nats fans here. And I saw some today, talked to them coming over the Roberto Clemente Bridge, and they said they didn't care. They were coming up if it was a weekday series or not. So there's tons of Nats fans here. Just not as much as we usually see.
Yeah.
Understandable.
I looked up for a moment, thought Adam LaRoche was batting fourth for the Pirates.
Ooh, remember he used to get booed every at batter? Boo.
I know. Pirate fans don't boo anybody, and they booed Adam LaRoche.
He used to get crushed here.
If you're listening out there somewhere near the Kansas-Missouri border, Adam, we have not forgotten one of our favorite guys of all time in a Curly W uniform.
Superstar following too. When he was playing, the guys from Duck Dynasty would text during the broadcast. Jason Aldean was one of his friends. He would text her. I mean, he had an entourage like no other.
Yeah.
Luke Bryan, he knew all the country stars.
Runner on the move. Pitch up. Weeder's a bullet, but a little bit late, a little bit high. Turner had a chance with a lower throw to maybe get Marte on the back or the leg. And for Starling Marte, that's number 23.
Not a great jump. You saw the slip there as he took off, and it looked like Jerry Meals started to call him out.
Marte ties Inciarte and Taylor atop the league.
Sometimes you get that foot before the hand gets in there, but he got in there.
And Moran out to Soto, ball twisting right back to the left fielder. And that's it for the Pirates. So Rodriguez puts 2 zeros on the board, due to lead off in the 5th. 6-1 Bucks. The Nationals walk. $50 from Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield goes to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Washington. So far, 334, getting close to $17,000. Take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Care First wants you to go for a walk. Ivan Nova hasn't walked anybody tonight. He has 4 strikeouts. Got Rodriguez swinging. First time up. ESPN's here tonight, so the home plate umpire, Gabe Morales, just now getting behind the catcher. Breaks are a little longer. Huh. 60th pitch by Nova, 42nd strike.
It's amazing to me how many people think when ESPN's on and we're on, that we're not on a Monday. The only time we're not on is on a Sunday night when ESPN takes it. Otherwise, we both do it side by side.
Yeah. So keep in mind, the only time ESPN has exclusivity is Sunday Night Baseball, and the only time Fox has exclusivity are 7 o'clock Eastern games on Saturday. That's why a lot of teams play at 4 o'clock on Saturday to protect their local rights holders, like Masson, so we can televise. And we were preempted on Saturday night. But they do games throughout the week, and they go from ballpark to ballpark. And what happens is, let's say they're doing the Pirates in Washington. They're supposed to be blacked out in those 2 markets and shown to the rest of the country.
The best thing about Monday is Tim Kirchin's a part of that crew, and we get to see him. He's the best. Always in a great mood. He's a Nats fan, so we like him for that. And he's great at what he does. He's fun to be around.
And he is.
Vote for Trey if you're not doing anything right now. Let's go. Do something.
He was in the cage today, and Davey Martinez walked up the cage and said, "Hey, I just voted for you." Trey said, "Thank you." 3-0, and it's in there.
Max Muncy's no good. Jesus Aguilar stinks. Matt Carpenter's a Cardinal. Enough said. And Brandon Belt is no good.
Trey Turner pops it up higher than we are before it comes down.
They're voting right now, amongst other things.
So a busted bat trying to fall into left. Rushing on is Corey Dickerson, 2 outs.
That Max Muncy's a good story, though, right? The guy that was cast aside and now with the Dodgers is 20 home run guy all of a sudden.
Well, and we saw some of his early days out there when the Nats were there in May, and he was getting a chance to play because of Justin Turner's injury. And talk about taking advantage. He has done that.
And Jesus Aguilar's a guy that grinded in the minors forever. Is finally having success at the highest level. So obviously joking about those guys, but vote for Trey.
Juan Soto has pulled 2 ground balls to David Freese tonight.
It looks like, well, let's check out how the Pirates try to figure out Juan Soto. We saw the last homestand, mostly fastballs in, right? Kind of pounding them. See what they do here at 2-1. This will give you an idea.
Yeah, up by 5.
You know, maybe it's the ballpark where, you know, at home, teams are pounding Juan Soto in, and they say, hey, if you want to hit the left center, go ahead. It's the biggest part of the park here, and we'll run it down.
Yeah.
So they might pitch him away in this series. The short porch is to right.
And some of the balls that Soto has hit out at Nationals Park would still plug the gap here, but you've got to hit it a ton He'd probably have to hit one 390 to left center to get it over that 6-foot wall.
Coming in here.
3-2 pitch. Is it high enough? See you later. Juan Soto pulls one for his 9th homer. It's now a 6-2 game. RBI number 27. 21 feet to clear the Clemente wall out there.
Tracer. Hello, Lina. So they tried him in and it didn't work because it ran back right over the plate. Juan Soto in the 2-strike stance. Corey Dickerson in left probably appreciating that approach. And you called it, Carp. Just a matter is it going to stay up enough because he hit the tar out of it. Great swing, 6-2, back within slam range. Juan Soto, ladies and gentlemen, back up over 300 with that home run.
Here's Rendon. He's 1 for 2. Base hit off the pitcher's glove last time. And he's going to rock one to center, but it's going to stay up for Marte. Goodness gracious, was that ball hit. That's got to be around 110 miles an hour, you would think. Marte came to get it. Soto homers, and it's a 6-2 game now in the middle of the contest.
Language got the same pitch 3-2, but he was crouched down, choked up, and check out the StatCast info on it. 22 degrees, 108.5. So round up, that's 109 miles an hour. Little point to the sky. Home run number 9 for Juan Soto, and maybe that'll fire somebody up. I like it.
Well, I was doing a little count there. Not sure how close, but that thing got out of here in just over 3 seconds. Unbelievable. And then Rendon hit one every bit as hard, picked off by Marte. So here we go, bottom of the 5th, 84 pitches for Rodriguez. He has gotten out of the last 2 innings scoreless with 30, let's see here. Yeah, 31 pitches. So he's just got to keep putting some zeros on the board and give this offense a chance to make some noise into the night here.
Is it Bobcast? When you count?
Yes.
Are we going 1001 or are we doing alligators?
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Combine it.
Turner to his left. Turns around and throws. Good pick by Adams as Trey Turner throws out Cervelli.
You hit a home run, you get within 4, and you make a play like that, and maybe you feel like the momentum's changing. What a play by Trey Turner. Did his gum pop out there? Was that what I saw on the slide spin move? But look how far he ranges to his left. Up the middle, slide, spin move. Something fell out there. We had spare parts. I need to see that again. Maybe this will show it. I think it was gum. Daniel Murphy's losing seeds when he swings. I think Trey just lost gum on that one. This is important stuff.
1 pitch. Fly ball to right. That's a fair ball. And luckily for the Nats, it bounces out of play for an automatic double. If that had hit that short fence, that would have been at least another bag for David Freese.
Yeah, and if Adam Eaton would have hit that short fence, he'd be out for the season. So that's the best thing that happened there. He's been all over the place in right tonight. He took a peek to see where the fence was, lays out, and just misses it. Ball lands fair. Little Nat fan there with her glove. He acknowledged her on the way back to right field. So a one-out double for David Freese, and good effort again by Adam Eaton.
He's had 3 balls tonight that he's dove for.
Watch.
Cool.
Did you see the video with Adam and his son the other day? It went viral on Instagram. He had his Bryce Harper bobblehead, and he was talking to him about going to bed, and he asked him about 5 questions. He said, yeah, to them all. He said, you going to sleep with your Bryce Harper bobblehead? He said, yeah, and then went to bed. It was one of the cutest things I've ever seen. That's what it's all about.
Josh Harrison, high in the air to left. Long run for Soto, checking his surroundings. Nearly overran it and catches it right over the top of his ball cap. 2 down.
Well, an adventurous trip for Juan Soto. Like I told you earlier, he hasn't played a lot of left field. Mostly right and center in the minor leagues, so it's a work in progress out there. A lot of times he checks the wall, and I've seen him do this, and then he looks back, Carp, and the ball's not where he thought it was, and he has to make the adjustment.
Nats walk more off to get to the pitcher. FP, I think that play is a perfect example of what guys tell you about center field being easier on plays like that than the corners.
Well, you don't have to check a wall in center field when you're going side to side, and maybe his glances are just a hair too long toward the wall. When you saw Adam Eaton on the last play, it's just a bit, and Juan seems to look for a longer amount of time and then have trouble finding the ball once he looks too long. Maybe, I don't know.
Rodriguez going to work against Nova, and here comes Bryce Harper to save at least 1 run and maybe a couple more.
Everybody diving in the outfield. I love it.
Have we had a momentum switch in Pittsburgh? We may be about to find out.
Pirates, you feel like the Nats are in this one. Got a weird feeling. All right, order the Max Scherzer special at papajohns.com. Get 31% off all pizzas with the code Scherzer31. 10% will be donated to the Nationals Youth Baseball Academy. That's very cool. And I feel like if you do that and you order the pizza, it has to be half one thing, half another, right?
Sure. Or tell them 31% pepperoni, 31% sausage, and the rest is cheese, whatever.
Or just get the pizza and
or 100% supreme.
Throw it as hard as you can.
Top of the 6 as we check the Nats box. Long homer by Soto last time in terms of where that thing would have gone. It went right over the 21-foot high wall out there. Other RBI, Adam Eaton based it up the middle in the 2nd. And Eaton's 2 for 2 tonight. Harper, Adams, Murphy.
Bryce has just missed 2 tonight. Just missed.
Fly ball to left, fly ball to center.
Deep fly balls.
And I think baseball's the only place where the word flied is acceptable. He flied to left and he flied to center. It just doesn't sound right to say he flew.
I flied to Pittsburgh last night.
2-0, so do we. Two-0 pitch. Inside edge. Some movement on that 93 Mercedes-Benz pitch cast. That was off speed, similar location, ball 3.
I know I say this every time we're here, but I want to see Bryce hit one across the river. Just get all of one.
Matt Grace pitched 2 innings in long relief yesterday. Just now getting the twilight time here. Light towers in this ballpark are really high. So the ball stays in the arc of the lights here better than it does in most yards. Even on top of the grandstand, the towers have those lights elevated quite a bit. Here's the 3-2. Bryce Harper to center, heading for the Pirates' bushes. See you later, right back against the batter's eye. His 22nd, and this is a 3-run game.
They've been watching it all night, Carp. His swing is totally different tonight. And I just said in the talk back, I don't want to wear it out, but his swing looks totally different to me tonight. He's so still, he's so calm, he's so quiet. And he just missed 2 and did not miss this one. See the head still, the turn of the backside. He didn't go down to up like we've been talking about. He just perfectly still. He knew where the ball was going to be when his hands got in the zone because his head was still. And that's why he barreled that up. 443 feet, I'm being told.
I believe that ball actually banged off the bottom of the batter's eye out there where it meets the shrubbery. Just disappeared from our view. And now their pitching coach, Ray Searage, to the mound. The wall out there's 399, but that's another 40+ feet to the top of the Pirates' shrubs. Wow.
I mean, he's just been quiet with his upper half tonight. Show me the swing again. Let's see it. Watch from the side. Kind of staying down in it, barreling up the baseball. Look at the turn of the hips. Statcast it, boys. 109, 24 degrees, optimal launch angle, and in the bushes.
Bryce Harper, 172nd career home run.
This game is so far from over. You just have that feeling.
So Bryce has been nip and tuck with Nolan Arenado lately. Jesus Aguilar of the Brewers up on top with a hot week or so. So here's Matt Adams. He's 1 for 2. And he's going to fly one to left for Corey Dickerson. First out, 6th inning. Murphy and Eaton lefties the next 2.
Check it out again. Sorry, I'm just watching and admiring. Sometimes you just got to be a fan too up here. That was beautiful.
Well, the fact that Rodriguez has put 3 zeros on the board, keeping the Nats within striking distance, with Grace warming up. He could be done after 90 pitches. And a one bouncer into the Nats dugout. Murphy opposite field. Base hit back in the second after Adams' single. Right side. And that's Freeze to the pitcher, 2 down.
All right, watch your team battle the Pirates Wednesday afternoon. 12:30 p.m. is the game. And this week's MLB Facebook watch game. And follow MLB Live on Facebook to catch exclusive national game broadcasts all season long. I will be doing that game on Wednesday, so check it out. Get in the comments section and message me.
For the Pirates, Richard Rodriguez, the righty. Stephen Brault, the lefty. Their bullpen is behind the Nats bullpen. Yeah, it's a 12-10 game on Wednesday. Select number of MLB games on Facebook this year. So we will not be on Masson Wednesday. Facebook watch for the Nats and the Buccos in game 3 of this series, and that's scheduled to be Gio against right-hander Trevor Williams. Jeremy Hellickson tomorrow night in our Masson game. Pirates haven't officially announced a starter yet for tomorrow. On the edge, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Adam Eaton, 2 for 2 tonight.
Their notes say Joe Musgrove for tomorrow.
And Francisco Cervelli goes for a stroll.
Are they fighting here? We got action.
Benches, dugouts clearing here. They've opened the bullpen door, and those guys have 400 plus to come.
Best part is the bullpen guys running all the way out here.
So everybody dispersing. Francisco Cervelli went for a walk and then came back.
So here's the pitch. Morales called it a strike. Adam Eaton took a walk. Watch Morales. He tells Eaton to get back in the box. Get back in the box. Tell him to get back in the box again. Cervelli gets up and walks away. And Eaton's telling Cervelli to get down and catch. So Morales telling Eaton to get in the box. Cervelli taking a walk. Eaton telling Cervelli to get back and catch. And that's where this whole thing started.
And Wieder's first man in to make some peace.
I'm with Adam Eaton. Don't tell me to get back in the batter's box if you're the umpire. I'll get in there when I'm ready. And number 2, Cervelli showed him up big time by getting up and walking out. That was between Eaton and the umpire, and Cervelli had nothing to do with it, but he inserted himself into the situation by getting up, walk away, and showing up Adam Eaton, who was having a chat with the umpire.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And that was on the heels of a borderline call for strike 2.
I like when teams aren't friends. Sorry. Maybe I'm old school, but I like that. Baseball's too friendly for me nowadays.
And Adam Eaton's going to go 3 for 3 and ram one into the gap. Good play by Polanco to cut it off. He's going for 2 anyway. And on the relay, he's safe. And Adam Eaton is 3 for 3. And he's trying to fire up his dugout if he hasn't already.
Well, he fired up the booth, I'll tell you that. So a nice night for Adam Eaton. He's been playing hard and right, diving all over the place. He's got 3 knocks at the plate. And here's a double to go with his 2 singles. And that's going to do it for Von Nova. Here comes Clint Hurdle. So Adam Eaton turning on the Jets. Looked great running there, didn't he? Good turn at first, turned on the Jets around first, and beat the throw for a double.
So Nova gave up a leadoff homer to Harper. 3 batters later, he's done. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube for value and convenience. JiffyLubeDC.com, and the Nats are into the Bucks bullpen.
Eaton just takes a pitch. He steps out. He didn't like the call, so he's barking a little bit there as he turns around. Gabe Morales says, "Get back in the box." And Adam says, "I'll get back in the box when I'm ready." And Cervelli just turns his back on Eaton. And Eaton says, "Get down and catch, meat." And then they got nose to nose. The best part was the bullpens having to run forever. It's hot, it's mid-July, and this stuff happens in baseball. I love it. Boys being boys.
28-year-old Richard Rodriguez is the new Pittsburgh pitcher. Matt Wieters has faced him before, 0 for 1, and that's a bouncer into the outfield. So the Nats inning is over on 1 pitch. It started with Bryce Harper hitting one 443. Dead center. It's going to slam up against the bottom of the batter's eye. And now, long way to go, 6-3 game. So Bryce Harper goes I mean deep. And it's a 6-3 ball game here, middle of the 6th inning. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube, for value and convenience. JiffyLubeDC.com. Matt Grace has been pretty heroic for this bullpen lately. 2 scoreless innings yesterday after Tanner Roark went 4. Gave up 3 hits, no runs, 1 strikeout through 28 pitches, and he's right back on the horse tonight.
Yeah, 2-seam fastball slider change for Matt. Ground ball's his thing. He's been doing a real nice job out of the bullpen.
Top of the order for the Pirates, as Corey Dickerson faces Matt Grace for the first time.
Keep the momentum on your side. Shut down anything big right here.
Yeah, Pirates last 3 innings, no runs on 2 hits. So Rodriguez finishes 5 innings, 6 runs, 8 hits, 4 walks, 1 intentional, 4 strikeouts, 90 pitches, 58 strikes. His evening could have gone way south after 2 innings. Can Murphy get it? Yeah. Ball not hit that hard. Daniel back to grab it. First out, 6th inning. So all of Jeffrey's problems in the first 2 innings, when the Pirates put 4 hits together in the first, and then the Polanco homer featured the 3-run second, and he has 4 of their 6 runs batted in. Next up, Starling Marte. One for 1 career against Grace with a single. Right off the end of the bat. So back for a new weapon. Beautiful night in the Berg. 86 at game time. Things have cooled off. Amazing scenery from our perch. Murphy shaded up the middle. 2 up, 2 down.
All right, Saturday, July 14th, the first 1,250 fans can take home a Michael A. Tater potato statue. That's presented by Northwest Federal Credit Union. I saw it. It's amazing. Gates open at 5. First pitch is set for 6:35. Go to the website. Call the number on your screen. It's amazing if you never want to sleep again.
Well, here's their big damage doer tonight, Polanco. Facing Matt Grace for the 2nd time, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And Matt delivers one perfectly to the outside edge. He'll get off with a 1-inning appearance tonight. Pitcher spot due to lead off the 7th, and the Nats have some potent bats in that dugout. 1-1. No swing, says Chris Siegel. 2 balls, 1 strike. Payoff pitch. Walked him. Polanco on for the third time. Colin Moran against Grace for the first time. In the 7th, 9 spot for the Nats in the top of the order.
I was told an interesting story by a player today about Colin Moran when he was at North Carolina playing baseball as a youngster, maybe a freshman out of high school. It's one of their big prospects. That they tested his eyes and he was one of their better hitters, and they gave him contacts and glasses, and he said, "Oh, that's what spin looks like on a baseball."
Deflected. Adams to Murphy to Adams. 3-4-3. That ball had some spin on it. And we're going to the 7th inning. So as you look at the game summary, this thing could have gotten out of hand the way Jeffrey Rodriguez started the game tonight, and the Pirates bats. He got things settled down. The bats are making a little bit of noise, and there's a ways to go in this one.
Run out of time a little bit, but it's nice to see some fight. The guys are playing hard on defense. There wasn't a whole lot they could do about the first couple of innings, but you like the Juan Soto home run. You like the way Adam Eaton swinging the bat tonight and playing hard in right field, and then Bryce Harper with a big bomb. So it's not like they're not trying. There's a good effort out there tonight. Just a lot of damage by the Pirates early. They're trying to play uphill baseball.
Number 9 spot, Matt Grace will be pinch hit for by Brian Goodwin against the right-hander Richard Rodriguez. Brian's bat came alive toward the end of the last road trip. Rodriguez, 1 pitch, 1 strike to get Wieters to end the top of the 6th. And Goodwin, a fastball up, couldn't get to it. Nissan pitch cast.
The elevated fastball here. It was in the zone. I thought that was up.
Low and away to Trey Turner. 30th game for Richard Rodriguez. 28 years of age, from Santiago of the Dominican Republic. Nats need Trey aboard. 0 for 3 tonight. Sean Kelly next in line. Boy, how good has Matt Grace been lately? 14 pitches, 7 strikes to take care of the Pirates in that 6th inning. And a slow bouncer third base way, but it went foul. Hot shot. Backed up Colin Moran. And he makes a fine play. 2 outs.
So in case you missed it last at bat, Juan Soto hit home run number 9. 3-2 pitch, spread out, 2-strike approach, a low line drive out of here. Just over the wall and right. Doubt he'll see anything in here. We'll see. But that's one way to get him back to your strength, which is middle away.
Man, I love the way that whole thing works. They pitch you based on what you've done recently, and sometimes it plays right into your plan.
That's why every once in a while, if you're getting pounded in, you have to look in there as a hitter and just turn and burn and get him out of there. Even if that's not your strength, you cheat to the fastball in, or you look for it in, you spin to win like he did last time, then you get him back away. And now you get your hits. That's how your hits start coming, because that's where your strength is, left center. Up the middle the other way.
Big swing.
Trying to hit another one. He's done it twice already. Couple of multi-homer games. They didn't give him timeout. He asked for timeout. They didn't give it to him. It's the Gabe Morales show right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about him.
Junior member of this umpiring crew. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And now Soto's going to strike out. And the Nats are gone in the top of the 7th. Wordless, but a big time stare.
First of all, Juan Soto has to be granted timeout. You can't just step out. Maybe, I can't believe there's a language barrier there because Juan definitely speaks good English. And who knows if Gabe Morales speaks Spanish. This is between innings. I love this. Matt Wieters sticking up for the kid. They had a long discussion, back and forth. He's like, I get he has to ask for time, but come on. So look at the veteran sticking up for the 19-year-old here. And there's just way too much going on at home plate, and it's not the ump show. It's about the players, not him. It is. I mean, he almost incited a brawl by telling Adam Eaton to get in the box. And then that was Soto.
Bottom 7, Cervelli and Kelly. 0 for 1 is Francisco against Sean, who makes his 29th appearance. And those opponents' batting average numbers just keep on getting better for Kelly every time out. Cervelli 0 for 2, couple of grounders and a walk. 2 balls, 1 strike now. High fly ball to left. David Freese is next. No better time to act than today. PNC make today the day. Taylor Gushu, our former Gator, who's at AA Harrisburg, good catcher. Look at the power numbers, and he's been selected to participate in the Home Run Derby tomorrow in conjunction with the Eastern League All-Star Game.
Hit some taters.
Taylor
Gusher. How do you say his last name?
Gushu. David Freese 2 for 3. He said 2 balls that Adam Eaton has given his all for. One off his glove out in right field. Another one he dove for that turned into an automatic double when it bounced out of play. Sean ahead 0-2. Freese 2 for 5 against him. This is a huge inning to put another 0 on the board if the bullpen can, because it's 3-4-5 due up in the 8th. Hot shot and picked off by Trey Turner like it was a regular hop. Made it look ridiculously easy. 2 down.
Ball squared up, loud sound, and Trey Turner on the 107-mile-1 hopper made it look super simple.
Base is empty, 2 outs. Josh Harrison. Fastball up in the zone to get ahead. Mercedes-Benz pitch cast.
Corner. Bottom. I was going to say one word of the pitch from now on. Try to be more succinct.
So he went from the crown molding to the baseboards. That's what you're telling me on that
No.
strike zone?
Corner. Bottom.
0-2.
Dirt.
Foul.
Let's try a one-word broadcast. See how it goes.
Maybe.
Okay.
That's 2 letters. 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the 7th. Oops, that was way too long.
Yeah, you can't. There's no way.
I did have a professor in college seeking my broadcasting degree who had a wonderful thing to tell us. He said, economy of words. Don't say in 30 words what you can say in 10 or 15.
God, that's funny.
Swing and a miss on a good fastball away. How about the Nats bullpen? Grace and Kelly, and now it's Rendon, followed by Harper and the big bat of Matt Adams. Top 8 straight ahead.
Children and their families by making a $44 donation to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this season. So get this. You don't like to give these stats while he's out there because you don't want to be a jinx, but that's 8 straight scoreless appearances for Sean Kelly and 9 scoreless innings. So he's basically thrown a shutout, a complete game shutout out of the bullpen his last 8 appearances. So good for Sean Kelly and good for the Nats.
Yeah. Smiling ear to ear after another great appearance. So here we go, top 8. This could be your ball game right here. Edgar Santana, 26-year-old setup man, 42nd appearance. So he's at the top of the league in games pitched, 34 strikeouts in 39 innings. Anthony Rendon faces him for the first time. Rendon hit a ball as hard as you can hit one last time up a low laser, and it carried out to Starling Marte, ending the 5th inning right after Juan Soto's home run. So he's 1 for 3.
Talking to Starling today in batting practice, he was telling me they played a 4.5-hour game against the Phillies the other night. He stole 3 bases. The Phillies scored a lot. He said he woke up the next morning and didn't think he could play. He was so sore.
In that nightcap in New York, the Phillies got 3 in the 5th to take the lead, and Anthony Rendon strikes out looking to start the 8th inning.
It's time for your Ford drive of the game. Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. 443 feet for Bryce Harper. A no-doubter to straightaway. So I was looking halfway up the batting eye when this thing was leaving. I thought it was going to be up there, maybe over it. Home run number 22.
Harper first at bat against Santana, and that's off the plate in. 96 to even the count.
Yeah, fastball 95, slider 86, occasional changeup from Santana. I feel like this is the save for the Pirates right here. Or this is the inning if you're the Nats.
Two 1 pitch. So that's about 9 miles an hour slower than the heater.
Might have been a changeup. I think it was.
Two down. Up to Matt Adams to keep the inning alive. Base hit first time, couple of fly balls since. Justin Miller for the bottom of the 8th. Well, he's got swing and miss stuff going, strikes out the side. Rendon, Harper, and Adams, who lately has struck out those 3 in a row. Washington Nationals. Those boats do a lot of waiting for fly balls on the Allegheny out there beyond right field. Beautiful night in Pittsburgh. We're going bottom 8.
You see those ducks on the pond right there? The Nationals and Aristeter are teaming up to present kids batting helmet giveaway Sunday, July 22nd. You get that red helmet right there, kids. 10,000 of you 12 and under. So the Braves are in town. It's a 1:35 start. For tickets, visit nationals.com. You can have one of those, buddy. You too.
Well, they've seen their hero hit a long homer here tonight. So to try to keep it 6-3, Justin Miller. Max Moroff to lead off, then the pitcher's spot. Austin Meadows is on deck, then Corey Dickerson. Trying to bump one down the third base line and take off. Rendon was charging on it. Moroff tonight 0 for 1, 2 walks, 1 intentional. And one hit pretty well to center, and now it's going to die in front of Bryce. He'll have to come get it for the first out. He used to be Felipe Rivero, and now he's all-star Felipe Vasquez, the Pirates closer. Another rookie, we talked about him earlier, not in the lineup tonight, but Austin Meadows having a fine first season. 297, 5 homers, 13 RBIs in 42 games. Miller to Meadows. One ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Bullpen brilliant so far. 1 out to get here in the 8th. It'll be Miller and Corey Dickerson.
How about that, a night when everyone's on fumes down there? They all come in and have been fantastic.
Yeah, Matt Grace an inning on 14 pitches. Same for Sean Kelly. And now Justin Miller.
You know, no off days to the All-Star break, but you know, you get a couple guys go back-to-back 7 innings. That's how you get that whole thing back on track again.
They're not getting around on Justin Miller's fastball tonight. Dickerson against Miller for the first time. Justin not with the Nats when they played the Pirates early. No balls, 2 strikes here in the 8th.
Matt Wieters wanted a fastball up right there, and Justin threw it in. Got away with it because it was 95. Turned out to be a good pitch. See if they go fastball up here, 0-2. Or does he go to the slider? Slider.
Little tap. Whoa. Little wide. Matt Adams. No problem. And Nationals baseball on Masson tonight from Pittsburgh. Brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland. There's no end to the fun you'll have in Ocean City. Plan your trip today at OCOcean.com. And by Night Point Systems. They offer the technology you need when you need it. Don't warm up the bus yet. The Nats still have these three guys coming up. Against the Pirates, Jeremy Hellickson 3-1 with a good ERA. He's 2-1 for the Nats this year. And for Hellickson, 52 innings so far. Joe Musgrove will be going for the Pirates. 25-year-old right-hander coming off the DL. Right index finger infection has had him sidelined for the last week and a half. Now the Nats need to go to work in the top of the ninth against a former teammate, Felipe Vasquez. 27-year-old lefty, and Daniel Murphy, 1-for-4 career against him.
You know about the fastball, it can reach triple digits. Nats fans remember. 99 out of bed. Got to make him throw strikes. That was his really only weakness as a Nat. But as you see, he's a Pirate All-Star. So is Blake Trinan.
Yeah. Well, sometimes a change of scenery can do amazing things for a ball player. Blake, pretty extreme example of that. Good for him. Great success with the A's. 1 ball, 1 strike to Murphy. Ooh, that's a buckling curveball right there. Michael A. Taylor against the lefty next for Adam Eaton.
He changed his last name to match the surname of his sister, Priscilla Vasquez Cosme. Said my sister and I were talking. He did it early this season, in March actually.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
Ooh.
Oh, goodness. Murphy somehow got the bat on that. Kind of a thud, we heard.
Is that in his hand?
Ooh.
I can't tell from that angle. Close.
Yeah, he was letting go of the bat with the left hand there. Murphy fights one off. It's got a chance, and it's on the ground. Corey Dickerson was playing pretty shallow and left. And Daniel Murphy, the ultimate example of fighting off a pitch.
Well, game on. Got a base runner. Adam Eaton was on base 3 times tonight. It's time for some Geico highlights. First time up, single. Second time up, base knock. Bat died a hero. Third time up after a near brawl with Francisco Cervelli. They went nose to nose. He guts out a double. So 3 for 3 tonight, but right now against the lefty, Davey Martinez going with Michael A. Taylor. Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
And Michael A. faces his former teammate for the first time.
Oh, good hack.
Wow. 100 miles an hour on the fastball.
Yeah, Felipe's sister was in on the negotiations for his 4-year, $22 million deal. He used to have Scott Boras, fired him, and then his sister negotiated. You know what? I get 4 years, $22 million. I'll change my name to Carpenter in a second. I will. If you get me that deal, I'll change my name right now.
I'll give you Carpentari,
right,
which is the actual family name.
No, I'm going straight Carpenter if you give me that deal.
0-2, and Michael A. takes one way outside. You know, just to keep the 4-syllable Italian thing going.
I'll sell out. You give me some money, I'll be whoever you want me to be. I'll be one of those furry mascots in the lobby. I don't care.
1 ball and 2 strikes. 6-3 game. That ball was well outside. Michael A. couldn't stop. First out. And the last 5 Nationals who've made outs have been strikeout victims. Number 8 spot. And then Mark Reynolds steps out on deck. Matt Wieters, first time against Felipe.
Tough assignment off the DL, facing triple digits.
Whew.
One more base runner and see what happens. The guy on deck's had a pretty good week.
1-1 pitch.
This becomes huge with Reynolds on deck. I'm telling you. The pitch from Bearclaw the other night was 97 that he hit out. He could turn around triple digits. Mark Reynolds can hit a fastball, so imperative right here for Matt Wieters to get on base any way he can. And this place is going nuts right now.
For a library, yeah. 2-1 with 1 out, 14,073 in the yard tonight. And Wieters will turn one around himself. One hopper to Corey Dickerson, and here we go. 1 out, 9th inning, 2 aboard for the player of the week.
I mean, when you're in the zone, like Mark Reynolds is, Carp, 100 looks like it's 90. And when you're not, 90 looks like it's 100. So with the way this guy's seeing the baseball right now, he can turn around triple digits. And here we go, game on. NL Player of the Week. They know he's locked in. We know he's locked in. Let's do this.
Mark Reynolds, 0 for 1 career with a walk against Felipe Vasquez.
I mean, he did everything last week but fly the plane to Pittsburgh. He probably could have done that too if you asked him.
Nats down by 3, tying run in the box.
Changeup, 90. By the way, great at bat by Matt Wieters. That wasn't easy.
Yeah, first base hit since his return. Ball 2.
Gauging.
Rivero has 18 saves. He's blown 4 this year. Pardon me, Vasquez. So not as automatic as some closers in the league.
Thing is, Mark Reynolds is a pull hitter. The big part of the ballpark here is to left center. Do you challenge him middle in here? Because he could pop one out to right here. He could just touch one with that porch and right and tie this ball game. We'll see what they decide on. I think the pitch is fastball. I think the location is the question.
Two balls, no strikes. All in on the 2-0 heater at 98.
Now you're loose. Big swing here, 2-0, trying to tie her up.
Ball 3.
Hear the dugouts into it. Can you hear him after every pitch right now? Bryce is on the top step. He's cheering. Wilmer Defoe's right next to him, yelling. The coaches, everybody. You can hear him after every pitch. You're into it. I love it.
Danger count for any pitcher against this guy. Wow.
Oh. Got his pitch.
Yeah, and if you're down 6-0 in the first 2 innings, or 6-1 like the Nats were, you would get your wish granted if you had the tying run in the batter's box in the 9th inning and a guy like this.
Do it again. Here we go.
Turner on deck. 1 out, 9th inning. And a hot shot to short will end the game on a 6-4-3 double play. Nats lose the first game of a 7-game trip to Pittsburgh and New York. And for Felipe Vasquez, his 19th save.
Are we